Hi Towson, this is your Associate Sports Editor Matt Hamilton. We're filming again from our hotel room in Dallas. We haven't left yet. Obviously it's been a crazy day. The National Championship game was today. We've been there since 9 a.m. We just got back and we're working hard on our stuff, so check out the TowerlightVideo.com later. But a lot happened today. I guess we'll start with the main event, the game. Obviously didn't go Towson's way, 35-7 North Dakota State. It was interesting. From the start, we looked like we came out strong and we looked like we were going to be in it for the whole game. Obviously, they scored first in their touchdown, but then we came back, had a great drive, overcome some penalties. Terrence West punched it in. Seemed like the normal formula for victory for us. And it was tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. Things were going well. We had the possession. We had, I think, 7 minutes more possession than them at one point. And then it all went downhill from there. And I don't know how it went for the team, but the momentum definitely shifted in the second quarter. We had 7-7, and we were attempting a field goal. DJ Sobin was attempting a field goal to put us up 10-7. And the field goal obviously was blocked, returned 59 yards to our 5-yard line, and then they punched it in the next play. So it was a 10-point swing, which is huge in a national title game. And when you're playing a team like North Dakota State, they've won 3 straight now, and they've won 23 straight games going into this, you can't necessarily afford to make a mistake like that and lose the momentum. And they punched it in, took the 14-7 lead. And then the next drive, we went down into their territory again. Peter Athens overthrew Brian Dowling, and it was intercepted and returned back into our territory. So 2, for lack of a better term, turnovers were turned into touchdowns, and we were down 21-7 before we could even think about it. And with a team like North Dakota State, it is going to be mightily difficult to come down from 2 touchdowns down. So it was a tough second quarter for us, and it seemed like that was what set the tone for the rest of the game. The second half was 14-0. It was mostly North Dakota State. We had a couple chances, but we really didn't cash in at that point. But it was a crazy environment. North Dakota State fans, lots of yellow in that stadium. It was. I think I was talking to the other journalists there. We put it at 90-10 North Dakota State fans. It was just a sea of yellow shirts. They all wore yellow. They screamed the entire game. It was the loudest neutral site game I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, I will admit that the Towson faithful, they were there. There was the slivers of black. You could see it. We had one entire section. Then in the middle of the field, we had an alumni and former player section. You could see that too. And they definitely represented well. But North Dakota State, I think the attendance was 19,802. North Dakota State probably took up about 17,000 to 18,000 of that. And they were just loud, they were excited, they cared so much about their team. But going off track, I want to talk a little more about the game before I go into the other stuff. But the game, North Dakota State was a great team. They're a strong team. I thought we held our own on the line, but they just got to us by the end of the game, third and fourth quarter. And Terrence West had a strong game. He ran well, but he didn't break off too many of the long runs like he did, say, against Eastern Illinois. And our passing game obviously didn't benefit from James Obo being suspended. Arion Scott, I don't think he had a reception in the game. We had Dessenberg and Derek Joseph both had great games, but it just wasn't enough to really kickstart our offense. So we ended up losing 35-7. If that second quarter didn't happen, obviously I'm editorializing here a little bit, but if it didn't happen, it probably would have looked a lot closer on the scoreboard. But it ended up being the momentum shift that North Dakota State needed to just pull away from us, and it was their game to win from that point on. But honestly, Towson's season was a lot better than many people expected it to be. And, I mean, we made the national championship. Rob Ambrose said he couldn't be more proud of his team at the press conference, and I don't see a reason not to be. You made the national title game. Not too many teams, especially the last 24 teams, have really put up too much of a fight against North Dakota State. So to expect Towson to win was a very hefty goal, but they came in expecting to win, and they played a good first half, but it went downhill in the second half. But so other things we can take away from this game, other than the actual game itself, a lot of things happened today. We had pep rallies, we had people coming from everywhere to come together to cheer for Towson, and I'm going to try to make this quick because I know I've been going on forever, but we had people driving on the bus over Friday night into Saturday, got there at about 9 a.m., and they brought the noise. Those students were loud. We had a pep rally led by Towson's own Kevin Kuttner and President Leschke and Tim Leonard. They were all there to pep the crowd up, and it was just great to see. The band was there, and everyone was there together cheering on Towson. They gave it their best effort in the noise battle, but unfortunately I think North Dakota State won that one, but they had a little bit of advantage. But there was just crazy things. Tim Brown, Heisman-winning wide receiver from Notre Dame, was there for some reason, but it was just a sight to see. All the fans clashing together. They came out of the buses, and we were cheering, and Doc was there, he was dancing. So it was just some crazy things going on, something that Towson really hasn't seen, but something that Towson definitely hopes that they see more of. So I guess until next football season, this is your Associate Sports Editor, Matt Hamilton. Check the TowerlightVideo.com for more coverage of the game for the next day. We'll see you later.